Greetings and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be reacting and showcasing the trailer of the latest character for Tekken 8, Fahkumram, and just giving my thoughts on the character because this is going to be my very first time looking at this because right now it's like 1:43 in the morning and I haven't even watched it yet. So shout out to the subscribers. I'm going to have chapters in the video for you to skip around. And also, if this is your first time here, consider subscribing. If you want to go the extra mile, consider joining the channel, one of the memberships. This will be my very first video since gaining full monetization. So what better way than to actually have a character reveal for Tekken 8, right? So anyway, let's get after it. And again, there's a join button on the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and let's get after it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Muay Thai specialist. Oh, okay, so they're going with the same music from Tekken 7. Well, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Oh, okay. Oh wow, okay. That looks good. That's nice. Oh, that's OD. Now comes the Armor King reveal. Okay, they changed the music up a little bit. Okay. Well, Armor King is coming after this, I believe. There we go. So I want to kind of attempt to slow things down a bit for this trailer because I want to see if I can spot some things in the video that I might have missed. So let me just slow this down. And we're going to just mute the video real quick. And alright, so let me see if I can spot some things that I didn't spot. I mean, obviously the character looks phenomenal. The tattoos look really, really crazy. I know a lot of people just don't like this guy because everybody really wanted Bruce. Okay, so King, okay, so 3. Okay, so he cancels, and now the cancels now leave the blue sparks. Is this a low? Yeah, this is a low. Okay, that's nice. Let's look at let me look at that again, actually. See if I can kind of, yeah, so he does, okay, he cancels right there. And then you can see King, it looked like King is mashing right there. So that looks like to be a high crush. Let me see, okay, 3, okay, King mashes, right? Boom, high crush. And then he does now this looks low. That looks low. Okay, so it looks like you have some plus frames as well. Okay, King does an armor attack. Fahkumram does like a down 4. That looks so this move looks like it has a follow-up if it lands on counter hit. Okay, so King does forward 2-1, he ducks. Okay, this is while standing 2-4. Okay, so the 4 is tracking. And he also potentially gets some sort of tiger knee-like move after. But with it being blue sparks, looks like it requires a bit of timing. Okay. Okay, standing 3. Oh, now this is the annoying ass move that King has. 3-2. Okay. Okay, 3-2-2. Okay, so we got a punish. That's standing 4. And then he cancels. Oh, okay, so that looks like it's mid. Okay, so instead of going low that time, he goes mid. All right, so that also, okay, so he has the frames to, oh, wait a second, let me look at that again. So he has a tracking, that's tracking mid. Ah, okay. Interesting. He had this parry before in Tekken 7, but I did not know if he could parry low attacks. I know he can parry mids. In fact, what I was thinking that they were going to do with this character, I was thinking that they were going to make this character like a stance character, like everybody else that's in Tekken 8 right now. That would have been cool. But, so yeah, I can't, because the thing is, I have Fahkumram for Tekken 7, but I didn't really use him much because I was busy using Lei. But I always knew that this parry was for mid kicks, but now it's for lows as well. I don't know, maybe somebody can confirm that. That was a Fahkumram user in Tekken 7. Because I don't know if that's new. Okay, so that's his running attack. I really do like that. I'm going to be whoring that out. Okay, so that move, I believe that's what, back forward 4, if I'm not mistaken? I think, yeah, because I remember a lot of people hated that move. It's high, but it's like plus 1,000,000 and it has a ton of pushback. So clearly it has armor breaking properties now. So if somebody's trying to armor through it, like King was, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Full counter hit. Okay. I think that's forward 3. I think. Standing 3, 1, 4. Okay. Okay, now, so he has something with Kazuya. All right. Okay. Now that's interesting. So this looks like a mechanic similar to Devil Jin, actually. So I guess they're gonna treat it like that. But unlike Devil, so let me see. So it doesn't look like he attacks you, or maybe they're just hiding that. But it definitely looks like a parry of some sort, to where you're like probably plus 1,000,000 if it actually manages to connect. Now I believe that low kick, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's down back 3. I think. Okay, so that's forward 3. I think. I know that's forward 2-1, but that part is new. This is a favorite move from Kazuya. Oh wow, that's a hell of a punish. Okay, we got the hell sweep that everybody loves. And he has the extension because he's in heat. But it looks like he also has an install. Okay, so this is his heat burst. That shit looks nice. Okay, it's his heat smash. Oof, I love the way that looks. So I don't know if he actually had much of a story in Tekken 7. I honestly don't. I have no fucking idea if he had a story or not. But if he did, I didn't know about it. But it looks like they're leaning more into his family for this game, for this, for this reveal. We got Brian chucking his girder. So for people who said that Brian this is his first time talking, I just want to say, Brian does say die a lot of times in Tekken 8. It's just that this is the first time that it's being shown on screen that he's actually saying a word. I think it's been since Tekken 5 since he spoke, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty cool. So basically, Brian is beefing with Paul, Yoshimitsu, and now this guy. Oh man. Okay, so now see, this is where I think he has an install, and I think it has something to do with this armor like move here. Let me see if I get back to it. So yeah, so I think this is definitely an install. This is not a heat burst. So that's definitely an install. Yeah, so he just used the install right there. He has it here. And he can charge. Okay, so it might be that if he has an install, he can charge these moves up, and now it gives like these sort of animations. What I don't know is this walk up, if this walk up is actually a part of the actual move. Let me see. Yeah, I think it is a part of the move. Okay. So next to a wall, this is like really problematic. I think that's a is that a sidestep attack? I gotta see this. Is that sidestep? Wait. Let me run it back a little bit. Sorry. I want to see if that's a sidestep move. Yeah. Okay, so that's sidestep 3, or it might be both kicks. So that's pretty cool. All right. Okay, so there we have. Okay, so you had a heat burst there. Or not heat burst, but you know what I mean. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that kick is crazy. Yeah, this is badass right here. This kick is ridiculous. Yeah, that's OD. Man literally made a crater with Brian's body. Oh man, he does Brian dirty right here. I wonder if that's only Brian exclusive, or I can't imagine them allowing him to do that against the female characters. Oh man. And then we got all this extra stuff that people don't really care about. Then we have the Armor King here. So we got Armor King right here. Honestly speaking, yeah, there's a couple of things I want to talk about when it comes to Armor King and why he is even here at this point. So stick around. You might want to listen to this. So I appreciate you rocking out with me. So I just want to share a couple of thoughts on the character as a whole. It's my belief that the Armor King reveal was largely meant to appease a lot of the Tekken crowd. The reason why I say that is you may or may not be aware or remember that there was a PC player, I don't know his name, but it was some time ago, that managed to leak the Season 1 DLC. And the leak went as follows. It basically was Eddie, Lydia, Marduk, and Fahkumram. That was the original Season 1 DLC. And Eddie, I don't think people really had much of an issue with Eddie. I was going to call him Letty. Eddie and Lydia. But anyway, you get it. So I don't think people had much issue with Eddie, even though there were people who felt that he should have been included as DLC, or he should have been included in the base roster. And then with Lydia, to my understanding, Lydia was the last DLC for Tekken 7, so people bitched and complained about that. Like, look, it wasn't so long ago that we had already bought Lydia, so now you're giving her again this early into the game. And so at that point, people are beginning to realize that, look, this guy that leaked season 1 was actually correct. I mean, so far, everything is proving true. So most of the Tekken community absolutely can't stand Marduk. Marduk is essentially a cancer to the Tekken franchise, as far as I'm concerned. And there are many people that will agree, and very few that would not agree. So what did Namco end up doing? This is my big conspiracy. In order to appease Tekken 8, the Tekken 8 community, they decided to prematurely bring in Heihachi. Now, you have to understand something. When you're making these fighting games and you have DLC characters, these are characters that are already made. You know, when Tekken 8 was greenlit, they already did extra work on these characters. Like, they basically set the characters aside. You know, it's like making YouTube videos. You know, I can make 5 different videos right now, but I may upload videos 3 and 4, like maybe a month from now. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So they create these characters in batches. So I believe they always had Heihachi, and they always planned to bring Heihachi back. But this brings me a bit to my point. Because the Tekken community was starting to recognize that modder was accurate in his prediction of the DLC, they decided to bring in Heihachi. It is my belief that Heihachi was originally meant to be brought in as an anchor character, like a final character of season 2. That's my belief, or at best season 1, but definitely not character 3 of season 1. Definitely not. And then how do you top Heihachi? Well, you have to bring in a guest character, and they already had one in mind with Clive. And I believe Clive was meant to come out later as well. So now that brings me over to season 2. Now, with the reveal of Fahkumram, you have to understand, Fahkumram was already set to go as being the final DLC character for season 1. So they already intended on bringing Fahkumram back. So there was never any plan to bring Bruce, Bank, Wang, these types of characters. They're never coming back unless you get a Tekken Tag Tournament 3. Those characters are never coming back. So just do your best to accept it. If you love Muay Thai like I do, Fahkumram is that dude. Bruce Irvin, if you gotta play him, there's Tekken 6, I believe, and Tekken Tag. But anyway, Fahkumram was slated based on the prediction of that guy that made the reveal. Not the reveal, but the prediction. Fahkumram was going to be a season 1 anchor character, right? And so now with them bringing Fahkumram as the second character for DLC, that naturally has pissed off a lot of people. So what do you do as Namco, as Harada and his team? You bring out Armor King. That's why Armor King is positioned where he is, to try to take a lot of the heat off of Fahkumram, or their decision to add Fahkumram. I can guarantee you, the community would not have reacted this way if instead of Fahkumram, if it was Bruce Irvin. Because Bruce Irvin is a very beloved character, like Armor King. So I feel that the sneak preview of Armor King would not have been needed, in my opinion. You can let me know what you think, but that's just my personal belief. So this is like a situation, like I said before, with season 1. After they brought out Lydia, a lot of people were upset and pissed off, and according to that, the next character was going to be Marta. Can you imagine the firestorm that would have happened in the Tekken community back then? After Lydia, you bring in Marta? It would have been a riot. So that's the reason why they were forced to bring in Heihachi. Now you could say, well, they could have brought in any other character. Heihachi was probably that one character that they felt that would have immediately eliminated all of the backlash. And for the most part, he did. I think Heihachi was pretty well received. But then again, how do you follow Heihachi? You have to bring in a guest character and so on and so forth. So yeah, this is how I piece together in my mind why they made the reveals the way they did. Because that leaker, you know, it was going to be a firestorm. So, you know, with them doing the reveal of Fahkumram this way, and best believe Namco's already heard of the backlash already, they paired him with Armor King. So, you know, I was hoping, honestly, that I would get Lei, but I do believe I will get Lei at some point, given the fact that Namco is, I guess, co-promoting the next Karate Kid movie. But I do feel that if they want to go the direction of trying to get Jackie Chan's likeness and all the other stuff, that's going to take time. So I have a feeling we're going to see Lei return to the game probably in season 3 or potentially season 4. But that's my personal hope. But I think this was a solid trailer. I know a lot of people are going to be upset that it's Fahkumram. But again, you know, there are many people that like that Armor King is coming back. Personally speaking, it doesn't really matter to me because I was never really an Armor King user. A lot of the King players will be happy, like Lil Majin. Shout out to Lil Majin. It'll be interesting to see what he figures out with that character. And also how Namco, what they're going to add to that character that's going to differentiate him from King, from Tekken 8 King. So I look forward to that, actually. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. And I guess if you stuck to the end of this video, shout outs to you. Again, like I said in the beginning, this is my first video of being fully monetized. I do have that join button. So definitely show me some love over there, even if it's just at the mortal level. But we'll see. I still have to add things to it. Also subscribe if you're new here, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back with more. Especially I have to do a follow-up to that Nintendo video because that video went absolutely viral, and believe me, I have no short of opinions on Nintendo. So anyway, take care. Peace.